Hi class, this is Miss Jade or Miss Kinney, whichever you prefer to call me is fine. I wanted to introduce our website to you so you feel comfortable using it. So I'm going to go through each page here and just briefly explain it because my video is limited. I won't have time to click all of the links for you, but I have made sure that they all work so you don't have to worry about that. But of course, if you have technical problems, feel comfortable approaching me, letting me know what they are, and we will figure that out together. Okay, so this first page is just an introduction about me. I'm a movement enthusiast. That's me kayaking. I talk about the purpose of this website. I introduce myself a little bit further. If you want to watch this video, that's how you can really get to know me. That's me on my bicycle. And then I talk a little bit about physical education, but I go more into depth on it in the next page. And I talk about here our dance unit. So that's the main purpose of this website, is to introduce the course content standards and the square dance fun activity that we will get to do. Here's some kiddos, a little bit younger than you 8th graders, and my contact information, which if you need, you can also click the link on this page there. Okay. So what is physical education? So here I go more into depth on it. So physical education is all about health, wellness, movement. What is its purpose? It helps fight depression, it helps fight anxiety, it helps with your attention, it helps with your memory. So it's a really important class, arguably the most important class, because it helps with all of your other classes and your brain's ability to adapt and take in new information. So my goal as a physical educator is to introduce sports, fitness, and dance so that you can find the best activity for yourself as a student and as a young growing individual. So here we have a fun little cartoon of why I love to do what I do, basically get to play all day with you guys, and this is what you guys will look like. Probably not that guy, he's a little bit older than you. But yes. Let's move on to the next page here. So here are some useful links. So this page is to provide answers to all the questions that you might have about dance as a whole and about square dance. So here I have the history, different dance styles, dress code, which I'm sure you're fairly familiar with. When you think of square dance, you think of a certain outfit. But just in case you don't know, you can click that. Basic calls, so we'll learn more about what calls are, who is the caller, what do they do. Also, why do we dance? What is the purpose of it? So why is it in school? What do you get out of it when you do dance? And breaking the stigma of male dancers, because men can dance and girls can play sports, and we're learning about that now. So there's a link for that. And then also some videos here so you can watch how dance has evolved throughout the years. So 1947, 1971, and 2014. Okay, let's go on to our next link. So digital interactives. So this is a way for you to use the internet as a tool to help you stay motivated in health and activity, and not use it as an excuse to not be healthy and do active. So we have our fitness quiz, we have our nutrition quiz, and we have our square dance quiz. I highly encourage my students to take the square dance quiz about halfway through the semester. It's just for your own self, so you know that you're learning the information, and that way you can understand what questions you may have that you didn't know you had. We also have this exercise interval timer. So this is for you to stay active at home, so you can use this in between your workouts or to assist your workouts when you are working out at home. Okay, so here we have internet use. So this is all about your internet safety. So we want to make sure that we are using the internet to help us with our understanding. But it's a beautiful place. There's a lot of information out there, but there's also people out there who have bad motivations. They, are not looking out for your best interest and want to steal your information sometimes, which is not a good thing. So we want to make sure you're protected. So here we talk about software. This is a link to an amazing software program that you can use. I define what VPN is and net neutrality. As an 8th grader, someone who's approaching young adulthood, older adolescence, young adulthood, you want to be sure you understand what that is, why is that important, how is that relevant to you, and this is a good link for that. And also password manager. So, I don't have the best memory in the world. I have a million different passwords and it's hard to keep up with it. So if you are anything like me, this will be useful for keeping all of that in the same place, but protected so that you know that you can access your passwords at any time, but no one else can. Okay, let's go on here. So assistive technology, talking about that same concept of how we can use technology to our advantage as a tool to help us stay active. So this is just a fun picture of tent day. I love tent day. Okay, so we talk here about music and how music and using technology to find music, play music, is actually helpful in the classroom, in the PE classroom, in life and learning, and how it helps students who suffer from disabilities, how it helps with your memory, things like that. So this next one here is about modifications and adaptations. So if you feel like you're struggling, you feel like you're overwhelmed, you're behind, I just want you to know that I'm here to support you, and there's no shame if you feel that you need extra assistance. And please let that be known to me, and it is my job to make sure you have all the tools and resources you need so that you have an equal opportunity to learn with your fellow students. So next here, I'm going to go to bingo. So this is our Webercise. Love this assignment. So this is a week-long part of our square dance unit. So this is going to be talking about our health. This is going to be talking about exercise, different exercise parts. So we have our internet tools on each row or column here, so that way you're guaranteed to be using the internet once again as a helpful tool. But we also have activities that you need to do. So how is this graded? What are the expectations? Great questions. So 25 points for each row or column completed. There is a total possible of 125 points. Minimum expectation of 75 points for the whole week. So that is very doable. And all the students who reach the full 125 will get to choose the game or activity for the following class. So that's motivation for you to complete this bingo, and I think that it's very possible. So I can't wait to see all the activities that you guys prefer and favor, and can't wait to do. Okay, let's go to your graphic organizer assignment. So this is our big assignment for the semester, or for this unit, sorry. I want you to pay close attention to this. So this is where, as we saw in the course content standards, you are required as an 8th grader by the state of California to not only learn square dance, but also to choreograph your own. So that's what this assignment is all about. And here I mentioned those content standards again. So if you're asking me why we're doing this, why are you torturing me? It is the state of California, and also I think you'll like it more than you may think. So you'll be very proud of yourself, I promise. So here I explain how to complete the assignment. It looks like a lot of writing, but this is just me being very thorough so that you understand how to do it. So first part, pick a song. Second part, think of the basic calls. Third part, put it in a logical order. Once you come up with choreography, you will have to map it out. So that's probably the part that's going to take the most time and thought, but I believe in you. You got this. And then just make it vibrant, easy to read, so that me as the instructor, I can see what you've made. So let's look at an example of that. I have the rubric here, and why do I assess, how do I assess, more information on that. Okay, so here's an example of that choreography assignment. So I have here the name of my dance, I have a link to the song, and I have any sort of notes I need before we are able to follow through with completing the dance. So I have the first step here, so this is what the caller would say. This is how it's performed. And then here I have, I actually think those colors are a little mixed up. So the leader, which is typically a boy, but it doesn't matter. The leader is on the left-hand side and the follower is on the right-hand side. And so for this first step, you can tell that the couples are all moving in a circle. Grand right and left. This looks a bit chaotic, but once we do it in class, you will understand what this looks like. Basically, you pass by your partner on the left-hand side, and you meet in the middle with the other partner, and then you shake hands and keep moving around the circle till you end up back. So you can tell that the leader is on the left and the follower is on the right. Same thing going down. So you can see, each step has its own name, explanation, and how it is performed. And once we go through all these steps, all these images will make sense to you. So that is that assignment. I just want to scroll down. So that's the very bottom of that. Okay. So let's go to our assessments. So you want to know, how can I do well in this class? I put this pretty picture of California poppies here so that assessments are not a bad thing, and to just take a deep breath and embrace it. So here we go. I have your crossword here. So this is a formative assessment. So this is partway through. So I know where we're at with all the information that we've been learning. So you will get to fill in these blanks. I'm sure you understand how crosswords work. So let's see the first one here, 3 across. There are this many couples in a typical square dance. So there's 4 letters here. How many couples in the square dance? 4, F-O-U-R. Easy. And then now we know that the second letter for this one is an O. That's how that works. So, and then we also have this rubric here. So, exit out of that. So this is the rubric for performing the square dance and for following the square dance that your fellow students have made. So you'll receive the grade for the square dance you've created, and then you also will receive a grade for following the instructions of your peers' square dances. So this is your summative assessment here. Okay, so partway through is the first one. The end of the semester, I keep saying semester, the end of the unit, we'll be doing this. Okay, so digital lectures. So this is our online learning opportunity that we have here. So I have a PowerPoint here. It's 20 slides, but it's really not too overwhelming. I explain course content standards once again. We talk about square dance more and more. Okay, so go ahead, feel free to scroll all the way down. For time's sake, I'm not going to do all of that, but down here I have your notes that you will fill out alongside of that. So fill in the blank, all that. Thank you so much for watching.